In this video, we're going to show you how to install the thermostat and housing on your Jeep Grand Cherokee located on the front side of your engine. Go ahead and lift up on our engine cover here. Set that aside. Using a flathead screwdriver, loosen the hose clamp securing the air intake tube to the airbox. And go ahead and separate that. Now just in front of the throttle body, there is going to be a air intake temp sensor here. You can twist this and remove it. We do want to protect that sensor, so the best option is to use your little flathead pocket screwdriver, press in on this little tab, and disconnect the connector to it. Loosen the hose clamp securing the air intake tube to the throttle body. We're using a 5/16 shallow socket. With that loose, I'm going to go ahead and lift up on our intake and pull this off. Follow the tube back to our mid portion right here, and we're going to lift up on this here, popping this out of a rubber grommet, and then we can remove the whole unit. Set it aside. Now the next thing we want to do is drain our radiator of the coolant. Now right here on the lower driver's side is normally where the drain knob would be. Our knob broke off. So, well, we can't drain it using the knob. We ended up heating up the tip of our screwdriver and inserting it gently into this here to create a little notch. Let it cool off, and now we can unthread this. Now we also have our catch can underneath. It's set up on this driver's side corner, so the coolant should run down and run out of that corner. Let's go ahead and unthread this. Now with that opened up, we're going to open up our radiator cap. That releases the pressure, and our lower vent or a lower drain plug is flowing good. So now we just need to wait till the radiator is done draining. With the coolant drained out, we can go ahead and use our pliers. I'm going to go ahead and loosen up our hose clamp here. Let's just slide that forward. Use your pliers. Just gently grab this here. I want to go ahead and break this free. Now we do have a catch can underneath the front of the vehicle to catch any residual coolant that might be resting in here. On the thermostat housing, there are two 10mm bolts. There's one here, one on the bottom. Loosen and remove these. You're probably going to have some coolant seep out of this as well. Wipe down the housing here. And take your housing here. You want to make sure that the gasket is fully seated all the way around the perimeter here. Go ahead and line that up. I'm going to get our bolts started by hand. I'm going to gently snug those down. Let's go ahead and torque these down to 7.4 foot-pounds or 10 Newton metrics. We just want to make sure that our hose clamp is lined up evenly. Install your air intake. I'm going to install the intake on the throttle body. Wiggle that on. Bring our air intake tube over to the air box. Slide that into place. Now our air intake area has a little plastic stud on the bottom. Just want to line that up and push it into the grommet. There it is. You'll feel it seat in. Tighten down the hose clamp for the air box. Tighten down the hose clamp on the throttle body side. Snug that down. Now right beside it we have the air temp sensor connector. I'm going to line that up and push that on. You're going to feel it and hear it click into place. Install the upper lid. You want to install these plastic studs. There's a few of them around the top of the engine that pop into the rubber grommets on the upper plenum here. So if you simply line up that front one, push it down, the rest of them line up. Just tap that down. Open up the radiator cap. Now you can use your standard funnel. We're going to install our radiator fill kit. You're using the appropriate coolant. You want to go ahead and fill up the radiator. Once this is filled, we'll go ahead and fill the expansion tank to the full mark. Go ahead and put our cap on this. Secure that properly. Fill up our expansion tank to the full mark. Once we have that to the full mark, go ahead and secure that cap. Start up the vehicle, let it run for about 15 to 20 minutes. Wait for that thermostat to open up. Let it warm up a little bit more. Go for a road test. You want to come on back and make sure this is still at the full mark. If you have to, open this up to fill it again. Do not open up the radiator cap to fill here. Only fill through the expansion tank itself. After that, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.